Welcome back, CSE 3200 Yukon Stores. We are in video 6 of Chapter 7. In the last video where we left off is we enabled cheating. And right now we can do that with impunity because we can go from the main activity, hit the cheat button, and the cheat activity, hit the show button, get their answer, and then use the back button and go back and start the process over, cheating on every single question. And we're going to put a stop to that. And we're going to do that by having the main activity register the result from the child activity. So we're going to do this by having the child activity report back. We're going to have the main activity register for an activity result using the activity results API. Now that API is a little bit different than APIs that we've dealt with so far. And all of those APIs, we have gone through the onCreate method in order to launch the life cycle and go through that process. But we're not going to do that here. Instead, we are going to call this function register for activity result. And that is always going to have two parameters. The first is going to be a contract. That's going to define the input and the output for the activity. The second parameter is a lambda function, and the job of the lambda function is to parse the output that's going to be returned. When we put this function in this video, it's just going to be stubbed. We're not going to actually have the result, but it's going to be set up for the next video. So in this line right here, activity result contracts.start activity for result. This is a standard contract. Its input is an intent, the intent that we're going to be passing along, all along. And the output is an activity result. So we need to put that code in. Let's do that now. So we are going to go into the main activity and put in private val cheat launcher is equal to register for activity result. Keep the parentheses, but separate them, hit enter. Activity result contracts dot start activity for result. Begin and end parenthesis, and I am going to put my cursor at the end of those original parentheses to start the lambda function. So begin curly brace, result that will be returned is going to be set to, and then just a note for later on, we are going to handle the result. In order to use the cheat launcher, we've got to call the launch intent function, which takes the intent that we just created, or that we already created. So we are going to go down to the cheat button, set listener, and we're going to basically start our intent in a different way. And we are going to comment out the start activity intent and put in cheat launcher dot launch, passing along that intent. All right, and we're now all set up to get that information passed back to the main function, and we will continue doing this in the next video.